Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is May 4th, 2021, and may the 4th be with you, especially for the first six episodes of Star Wars there. This is episode 282. We're looking at RWBY with Justice League. This is coming out from DC Comics. It's number one. It's in coordination with the Rooster Teeth anime group there. And it's not a recommend. I would skip this one. Actually, it came out earlier last year, I think. Sometime it was a digital press. It was a 4-issue or 4-story parts. This actually has the first 2 story parts in. Comes at $3.99, so I'm assuming maybe they got their money out of it at 99 cents. I can't recommend this. Now, there's been a couple others reviews that I looked at. Comics Breakdown liked it, and he'll check out the next issue for sure. Zia Comics gave it a maybe, and he's saying not put it in your pull list, but maybe check out the second issue. Me, I'm saying no way. Oh, and then there was one called Screen Weens, which I have no idea whether he liked it or not from his comments. But I'm telling you, I did not like it. Okay, let's take a quick look at the cover here. We almost get like a heart shape here if you look. And I think that's kind of cutesy-wootsy there. First off, I really like the RWBY anime. I saw like the first couple seasons only, and then when the Monty passed away, I didn't see any after that, but I really liked it. I thought it was kind of haunting, and there was a lot of character depth going on, and things were generally difficult for the characters. Not so much in this, and we'll get into this a little bit. I want to say that the characters in here, both RWBY and Justice League, don't act like your typical Justice League or RWBY characters. It's a completely reinvented universe for the two of them. So they both happen to be on the same place at the same time. And let's start it off. Let's go to the credits first of all. Sorry about that bump. Okay, the first part is called The Farm Boy and the Starfall Ghost. Marguerite Bennett was the writer. The artist was, I can't even read that. It looks like Aneke. The colors were by Hi-Fi, and because this font's hard for me to read, I'm going to skip the rest. You can maybe see it on your screen if you're looking at a PC. So it starts out, they're at 2 of the RWBY quadruple gang. Yang and I can't think of her name is. They are visiting they're both sisters are visiting their father back here, and the father looks about as old as they do on this, and they're going to help him farm because that's what they do, and they farm their own special way. So right off the bat, it's a little dorky. And I believe that is where their training place is, called the Beacon. And so it's kind of a mishmash. It's not the same landscape that you're used to seeing in RWBY, which I was a little disappointed on that. Now they meet up with Clark Kent. They just call him Clark here. And he has powers, but he needs yellow sun light to power him. So they don't say what happens at night if he's not strong at all, or if he's just normal, or if he's just totally weak. So they're kind of both showing off their skills of chopping down trees and harvesting sunflowers and whatnot, and they're getting ready to send this stuff to market. As you can see there, they've loaded up the pickup, so they have like a normal looking pickup there. And we'll get an ad for Deceased Dead Planet. Now, I pretty much like this. The last issue is a little bit disappointing, but is okay overall. Started off really good. First couple issues were really strong. Back to our story, RWBY here. So they're wandering around in the woods, just talking about things, checking things out, when suddenly the Grimms appear. Grimms in the RWBY storyline are these monstrous beasts. They're black and white, and they have red eyes, and they got this kind of a black and white design on each one. It's kind of unique, and they could be a spider or anything, a bear, tiger, whatever. Then we get this new Festivals of Heroes, which kind of sounded a little bit like the Hellfire Gala that Marvel's putting on, except these are all Asian characters, so that's going to be the fun in that one. I won't be checking it out, but it does have a lot of well-known writers on here, some better than others. And here come the Grimms. Now, these Grimms look a little bit different. They've got these neon things going on with them. And Clark Kent, or Clark, is somehow hypnotized by them, so he's going to be worthless in this. In fact, he's going to start attacking the sisters here. And here we get Milestone returns, and this appears to be all black characters. Static, Icon and Rocket, and Hardware. So that's coming out pretty soon in May 2021, later this month, I'm assuming. Maybe tomorrow. So, like I said, Clark's starting to attack them as they take on these monsters. But fear not, because this one can kind of absorb the power and knock Clark Kent away, which he does in a moment here. And we get another ad for Mr. Miracle, #1, The Source of Freedom. I know nothing about this. Written by Brandon Easton. So she knocks Clark way up in the sky, and I guess she hits him hard enough that he snaps out of his hypnotic phase. But in the meantime, the two girls take care of the Grimms rather easily, much more easily than they do in the RWBY animated series, if you watch that. For them, it's not hard at all to take them out. It's hardly an inconvenience. Okay. Then a Stargirl Spring Break #1 special, written by Jeff Johns, May 2021 as well. So this keeps on coming. That's part of the Infinite Frontier. Okay. So all this, they've blown up the Grimms and all this stuff's floating down, and Clark floats down as well. So that's kind of the end of this thing. It's like, it's written for an 8-year-old, honestly. It says it's a mature plus 13 on the age, but this is something you'd read to your kid, honestly. And I don't think I would pick this one because the story is just not that compelling, not that interesting. Then we get Death Metal. This thing just chock full of ads. I think that's why they kept it at $3.99, because there is 2 stories in it, 2 full stories. So now the second story goes to the menagerie, and includes Blake, and she's going to check out this ghost that they've been seeing, this floating ghost over abandoned temples. And as she watches this ghost to check her out, suddenly a killer whale pops out and bites her and gets her in the teeth. So Blake jumps in and chases after this killer whale, or this orca. And then we get another one, Justice League Last Ride with Chip Zdarsky. The disbanded team must come together one last time. Can Batman and Superman bury the hatchet? But let's get back to our story here. Talk about interrupting the flow of everything. So she's able to free what she thinks is a ghost, but she finds out it's actually human, and then it's actually able to breathe underwater. And then we get another ad, Legends of the Dark Knight by Derek Robertson. This might be pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm going to check it out, coming out in May as well. And so the whale starts to attack again, but then we find out the ghost is actually not a ghost, but Wonder Woman, or Diana. And she was actually on the quest of the Zodiac, whatever that is. They don't really fully explored in this story. They just say that she had to do 12 trials, I guess, but never explained what they were. In fact, this is one of them, but it has really nothing to do with the whale. And then we get Wonder Girl, Infinite Frontier. this seems to be just a vehicle to advertise upcoming issues, honestly. The story, like I said, it's not that compelling. And it doesn't even feature all 4 of the RWBY team, just 2 of them. Now, this is a weird drawing here because it looks like she's going to whack Wonder Woman with the spear. Just the pose and everything. I just not quite sure what's going on, what the artist was thinking. But Wonder Woman lassos the orca, is able to simmer it down, sets it free, and she's going to find out what's going on with it. So they go ahead and go to Witch Warrior Mountain, I guess. I'm not sure where they discuss the trials of Zodiac, and then apparently Wonder Woman has completed the last one. And look how this woman's holding this. I mean, what the heck is she holding? Just such a funky pose there. I don't know what it is, and so her regular family's not there. I guess these are her family now. Like I said, it's a different universe than what she grew up in. But it's really weird because they call her. They say she's made of water and earth, and that became clay, and she was fired by the powers of the sun. But they call her an autonomon. I don't know if I'm saying that right, which means she's a robot or she's mechanical, and she's neither one of those, or she does things robotically, and she does none of that. So that's kind of a weird thing to call her. I'm not sure what the artist was thinking here. The art throughout's pretty decent. I mean, I can't fault it for that. And the next thing is the shakedown at Schnee Soiree. But if you are a true fan of RWBY, the way that it is written, you're not going to like this, I'm pretty sure. And like I said, it's written on like a 8-year-old level. They gave it a +13 mature, and I don't know what caused it to get that, because there was absolutely not a drop of blood spilled or any nudity or language or anything like that. Even though no one is even smoking a cigarette, so I'm not sure why I got that. But let's continue on. Future State, Gotham, Jason Todd is a hunter on deadliest streets in America. Okay, that's coming out in May. So the advertisements continue, and they talk about Stargirl again, Spring Break #1, and then we get an ad for Superman and Lois on the CW. And finally, something for the Kubert School. All right, so this is not getting the Indie Comics Jones Good Excavating seal of approval, given out only by Indie Comics Jones. This one does not qualify, unfortunately. I'm going to be taking it back to the dig site, actually, and placing it back, and hopefully get something better in the future. But I appreciate you stopping by. This is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes. As always, please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, and always, thanks for stopping by. I bid you adieu.